other day by the selectors with Dean Jones, 12th man, and the West Indians playing a long batting line-up there with Jeffrey Dujon and Malcolm Marshall and Eldine Baptiste going in at number 7, 8 and 9. A very, very strong batting line-up and, need it be said, a strong bowling line-up as well. Rackerman to Haynes. Shot. Desmond Haynes breaking free. A glorious stroke away through extra cover. And it's 4 runs. Lawson's 5th over now, and Richard Gabriel is taking strike. Hardly anyone got an eye on it out there. Wayne Phillips and Alan Border are the 2 slips men.
And if Richard Gabriel...
That's gone. Caught behind off Rodney Hogg. Quite a loud snick there. And Rodney Marsh, man who's not going to the West Indies, takes the first catch of the limited over season of 83-84.
1 for 20.
Great stroke.
That's the second time that Haynes has absolutely pummeled Rackerman through the cups.
Haynes has 17. Oh, well bowled. It's going down the ground. He's gone. That's another breakthrough for Australia. Rodney Hogg has struck again. Desmond. 2 wickets. Both openers are out, and West Indies are 2 for 34. Oh, what a good shot. He hit that very firmly into the square there. It bounced over the top of Yallop's head. I think he just got a little finger on it, but... Rodney Hogg again. Oh, well played. You can't afford to drop short to this bloke. Viv Richards, ever. Rodney Hogg. Oh, Nick. Straight through where first slip would have been. Well, that's the problem with trying to do 2 things. I'm trying to keep the runs down.
Clive Lloyd in tremendous form facing John Maguire.
And he can also do that. Put you back over your head as the bowler. Described by Rodney Marsh as the most dangerous man in limited over cricket. Clive Lloyd got a bit of a chance. But don't bowl there. Oh, he's hit that beautifully. 9 runs coming from that over. It's 2 for 77. Rodney Hogg is the successful bowler, 2 for 16. Maguire has none for 15 from 4. And he's really clouted that one. It's right near border, but clearing his head. And that's come off the edge, clearing Marsh's diving glove. And away for a boundary. It's 2 for 92.
Man at deep square, Yallop put it down. He took a marvellous catch in the test in Adelaide, but there it's gone for 4, and that might be one the Australians regret for the rest of the day.
And that was big circle for Richards, trying to cut off the singles.
Very good shot. Yallop trying to cut it off. Well, he's having a problem out there, Graham Yallop. He might have made a lot of runs this year, but here this morning he's put down 1 catch and fumbled 2 others. That one went for 4. That's Border. Oh, badly positioned himself there. It hit the fence. So it was definitely catchable.
One of the rules of cricket, if you're fielding in 2 or 3 seconds to get back, and he didn't get back far enough, the ball hit the top picket, and that certainly was catchable.
Oh, shot. What a marvellous stroke that was. There's nothing wrong with the ball except that John Maguire gave Richards some room outside off stump, and that's what we were talking about. You must bowl straight. It's the 100 partnership up between Richards and Lloyd. What a great battle they've produced.
Got the bit between his teeth now as Maguire comes in from the outer end.
And he's gone. Maguire is struck and Richards is out. A good ball. Marsh taking the catch.
Rodney Marsh did the rest, and West Indies after 35 overs are 3 for 137.
Lloyd is there. Dujon, the new batsman. Need a few moments to get himself accustomed to the pace and the bounce. But not so Clive Lloyd. What a marvellous piece of placement.
Really undescribable. There's two men 80 metres from the bat, one backward square, one at mid-wicket, and Clive Lloyd brings up his 50 with the shot of the morning. A sweep shot that went like a bullet in the gap at square leg. Beautifully played and hit with tremendous power.
Matthews from the members' end to Dujon. Safely away through slip. Can't have any sympathy for the bowler or captain who don't have a slip. 4 runs. New man in. First runs to him and it comes off the outside edge. 3 for 146.
Oh, a big moment for Dean Jones, the 12th man, young Victorian. He's out on the field. He's replaced Graham Yallop, who's off at the moment. He's out in that deep area. Yallop put down that catch off Clive Lloyd out at deep forward square leg. So what a great moment it is for him in his first representative match for Australia on this big MCG ground.
And Lloyd gets that one right in the middle of the bat and right into the middle of the gap too. Dean Jones moving around, can't cut it off. That's 4 more to the West Indies and the 150 is up.
Jeffrey Dujon faces Maguire.
It's in the air and he's dropped it. Up goes Matthews, got 2 hands to the ball, and unfortunately for Australia, he just couldn't hang on to it.
That was a great effort just the same.
Dujon takes strike.
Oh, he's gone. Oh, yes, he's gone. Oh, Vessel's juggling there at backward point. And, oh, he can smile now. Eventually he latched onto it, and that's the end of Jeffrey Dujon.
And that went like a bullet. Jeffrey Dujon out for 5, caught Vessel's bowled Hogg, and West Indies now 4 for 153.
Hogg to Marshall.
Oh, what a good shot. Beautifully played. Well, there's not much of a gap down there, but have a look at this for a shot. Rodney Hogg wouldn't have enjoyed that. When Marshall stranded down the middle, he's gone! Yes, he's gone! That's good fielding by Matthews. It wasn't a great call. Hit it through.
Marshall was looking a little menacing out there, so he's out for 9, and the West Indies now 5 for 167.
Apparently, Graham Yallop has a strained medial ligament, left knee. That one's hit high down the ground. This will be out. Rackerman's underneath it. He's gone. Clive Lloyd is out. Rackerman makes run.
Clive Lloyd's hard-hitting innings of 65 coming to an end. End of a very good innings by Clive Lloyd. He's out for 65. Caught Rackerman, bowled Matthews, and the West Indies now 6 for 173 in this 42nd over.
Matthews now to Gomes.
Larry Gomes, a real grafter. On this occasion, he's got away with the French cut. Brings him about.
Scored 78 against England.
And that's a well-placed leg glance. Very fine. Just beating Rodney Marsh. The reason he's given himself a lot of room there. And it's paid off. Just going wide of Tim Hughes at mid-off and bringing up a vital boundary. It's 6 for 206. 1 over to go. 6 for 215 to the West Indies. Top score there to Clive Lloyd, 65. Richards, 53. 25 not out Baptiste. 19 Gomes. And that's going to be a fairly formidable total. And he's over. Off stump gone. Good, accurate bowling there from Carl Rackemann. Disturbed the furniture as Gomes gave himself a little...
Perfectly legitimate stroke in view of the circumstances. Gomes out for 21.
Carl Rackemann. Just a single there to Michael Holding. And that finishes the West Indies batting. Quite a good performance after getting away to a slow start. Clive Lloyd and Viv Richards really getting them back online, and a score of 221.
The West Indies batting was uniformly good, particularly in the case of Richards and Lloyd. 53 to Richards and 65 to Lloyd. They were 2 for 34 when that pair came together, 3 for 29, a wicket each to Rackemann, Maguire and Matthews. And the problem for Australia may be that they could be with only 4 batsmen. Graham Yallop is injured. There's no certainty at the moment whether or not he's going to bat. And the injury came in the 34th over of the innings. Matthews was bowling to Vivian Richards, who was on 40. Kepler Vessels now facing Marshall.
That's another nick down the leg side. Racing away. They'll get 4 for this. Nicely played by Kepler Vessels. Right off the meat of the bat there. A leg glide down to fine leg for 4.
It's a bad line by Malcolm Marshall. He's
Bowling to Kepler Vessels.
Oh, well bowled, and that ball's bowled him. He's bowled him. So once again, Kepler Vessels getting tucked up. And as a result of trying to play around that front pad, getting a little inside edge, I think, and the ball bobbing onto the leg stump.
he departs for 7 runs. Australia 1 for 12.
Good shot from Wayne Phillips. The outfield's quite quick, and that'll beat Larry Gomes by quite a way. Second boundary in 2 overs to Wayne Phillips as he gathers some confidence.
And a great shot, that big Joel Garner.
Now facing Marshall.
Australia up to 3 runs per over. They won't go a second on Viv Richards, who could be in trouble. There's an appeal, and Kim Hughes is out. And that's a very dangerous thing to take the extra run on Viv Richards.
Well, we just highlighted in the previous over the versatility of Viv Richards in that area. Viv Richards, amazing ground that he made up. Threw it in the one action. And Dujon had to throw it at the stumps. And let's have a close look now. He grounded the bat, and what a great decision that. A perfect decision by the umpire. Umpire Ray Isherwood. Gomes was in his way. And that was a magnificent decision by the umpire. So Kim Hughes out to a run out, and Australia slump at 2 for 28. West Indies went on to make 221. The run rate needed by Australia is 4.44 at the start of play.
That's in the air, and a simple catch there for Malcolm Marshall following through as Wayne Phillips
breaks the back of the Australian batting. It'll be interesting to see if Graham Yallop comes in. Australia 3 for 30.
Border faces Wayne Daniel.
And that's 4 to Alan Border. Great shot.
To Border.
That's a fine shot from Alan Border. He's a very strong cutter. Michael Holding's got away with a couple in that. And Richie Benaud.
Thanks, Ian. Shouts from the West Indians. Looks as though... Well, he's been given by umpire Isherwood. Got behind off Wayne Daniel.
Matthews is on his way, and that's for sure. And the 4th wicket is down for 44.
Good shot. Now this is one time Rodney Marsh has to play a very responsible innings. He has Alan Border there with him.
This partnership now with 48. Oh, and he's missed him. Well, Marsh trying to hit that straight down the ground. It looked to me as if he lifted his head a little bit, and Dujon fumbled, and Marsh got away with it. Rod Marsh restrained himself in the previous over.
Richards to Marsh.
There's a sharp single here. Marsh is in trouble. Yes, he's run out at the bowler's end. Bit of hesitation and a good piece of work by Desmond Haynes. And Viv Richards very quick to get back and cover the stumps.
Oh, that was an excellent piece of fielding, that. Haynes attacking the ball again. One step, bang, it's in right over the top of the stumps, and Marsh did not have a prayer. He's still 3 inches from the crease, flat on his stomach as the bails go off. And that was an excellent piece of out cricket, bringing to an end this very troublesome partnership. So Australia now have lost their 5th wicket with 108 on the board.
Eldine Baptiste is the bowler. Alan Border.
Oh, and it's got off stump. Lawson's on his way. Just clipping the off stump as Lawson attempted to drive Baptiste. And Australia, after a recovery between Border and Marsh.
Strikes. Lawson goes back to the pavilion. Australia need 108 to win, 6 for 140.
No, and he's gone. Attempting the big hit, and Viv Richards, who has bowled pretty straight all day, maintained an attack on middle stump, and that has paid off for him.
Being better, pushing for the single to give Border the strike. He thought better, so Daddles accompanies him back to the pavilion, a tear dropping from his eye.
Hogg lofting over mid-off, and he's timed that pretty well. That'll beat Joel Garner into the boundary. It's a good shot, Rodney Hogg.
Australia 124, but have lost 7 wickets in the process.
Oh, and another chance there for Dujon, but he's just made a fumble, and Border is safely back.
Dujon having an extraordinary day. That's the second stumping chance that he's missed off Richards. He missed Marsh.
That's an inside edge. They're valuable runs. Joel Garner's the fieldsman. That's racing away towards the boundary. Big Joel doesn't dive, and forward to Rodney Hogg. The big crowd roars the Melbourne Cricket Ground. Viv Richards not impressed, but a little bit of excitement now as Hogg takes a long handle to Viv Richards.
Rodney Hogg faces Eldine Baptiste.
A big hit. Big call. No ball to call. Umpire Ray Isherwood, the crowd's hero. They raised their voices for Ray Isherwood. They didn't see the call. Viv Richards took the catch, and an extra run for Australia.
They didn't pick our ball back.
Very close, yes, he's plumb in front, playing across the line, and umpire Tony Crafter having no doubt whatsoever about that decision, and Rodney Hogg departs for a fine 21.
The finger, so Rodney Hogg out after that very good partnership with Alan Border. LBW to Michael Holding.
And Graham Yallop coming out with the aid of a runner. Overs remaining, 5.5 runs per over, so a runner ball will win this match for Australia. Border, our top scorer of the match. It's in the air, and it's a beautiful shot. Well played. It's placed beautifully, and it races away to the square leg boundary. And the big crowd rise for Alan Border.
A magnificent shot under pressure by Alan Border.
In relief, Border tossed his bat high.
That's in the air, and well caught by Clive Lloyd. Magnificent catch, that is. What a grand catch. The old fella, there's plenty of life left in him yet. And up the West Indies delighted with their captain. And not only was it a great catch, but he managed to throw it up in the air while he was lying on the ground. Incredible performance from Clive Lloyd.
When the pressure's on, Lloyd produces the goods. Yallop just flipping that ball away on the leg side, putting it in the air, and down goes that big frame of Lloyd, coming forward, throwing it up as he rolled over. And what an agile performance for a 39-year-old. So Graham Yallop is out for a courageous 13. Port Lloyd, bowled Marshall.
There's an edge, but it doesn't carry to Dujon. They're going back for the second. There's a stumble, and he's got to be out. And the West Indies are safely home to victory. It was a ridiculous second run. There was never any chance that they were going to make it. And Clive Lloyd unhitches the glasses. And it's another day's work over for the captain, but he was the man who took the vital catch. Rackerman, the last Australian man out, run out.
And what a double play was there, with Rackerman edging the ball, almost giving a catch to keeper Dujon. The ball going down there, deep, fine leg off the gloves of the keeper. Gomes sending that ball in on the half volley. Great take there by Dujon. And Rackerman literally miles out as the bells go down.
On 194, and the story really is told in the loss of those first 4 wickets. Wessels, Hughes, Phillips and Matthews for only 44 runs. Alan Borchel, 1 each to all the other bowlers, and Australia 27 runs short at the end. Player of the match was Vivian Richards for his batting, bowling and brilliant fielding, particularly the run out of Kim Hughes, which was a superb effort. Comes into the Pakistan side in place of Mohammad Nazir. The West Indies are exactly as they were when they defeated Australia down here at the MCG. The points table, West Indies are on top at the moment with their 2 points from just the 1 game played. Australia have 2 from Tuesday night's match. We pick up play now with a score at no wicket for 6. Marshall is coming into bowl to Mohsin Khan, who's on 2. New commentators Ian Chappell and Keith Stackpole.
That's a good shot from Mohsin. Plays that cut shot. It's almost a half cut, half forcing shot off the back foot. And Richard Gabriel with a very long return. Slashing that one away over the top of the offside field. And Malcolm Marshall would be a little disappointed with his bowling at the moment. 16 to Mohsin. There's a confident appeal, and umpire Mel Johnson agrees. And Mohsin Khan is on his way, LBW, to Joel Garner.
Garner sends Mohsin Khan on his way back to the pavilion.
Change in batting order for Pakistan. Mansoor Akhtar coming in.
Holding to Mansoor Akhtar.
Well, that's a good shot. That was a very aggressive cover drive, which brings up the 50. They hit it well and placed it beautifully.
Some technical aim this time.
Oh, it's in the air and not quite carrying there to Michael Holding. Following through quickly.
Michael Holding, a magnificent athlete.
Oh, good shot. Beautifully played. That's a short ball, and that was a perfect full shot. Short arm jab there, smashed away to the boundary square by Mansoor, and Pakistan won for 63. He's gone. That's it. Caught behind. A good catch too by Dujon. That seemed to me to be a quicker ball by Michael Holding, and Mudassar has nicked the ball to Dujon and is out.
Pakistan 2 for 7.
Mudassar and Mohsin, the men out for 31 and 16. Both of them got a start and didn't kick on. Mansoor now on 18 and Javed with him on 2. In the air, and he's dropped him. Well, that was a definite chance there, and that's Haynes fielding at mid-wicket, and that should have been caught.
To Richard's order to the bowler's end.
They're in trouble at the bowler's end. That was a ridiculous run there from Javed Miandad, urging Mansoor all the time to go for 2. And once again, you heard Vivi Richards yelling out, "Wayne, Wayne," to the bowler's end, and that's exactly where it went.
And how accurate it went too. Clip that off his toes. And an excellent return there. Mansoor well short of the bowling crease there. And what a pity. Just as he was getting started. Out. 3 for 76.
Imran is the man who's come to the crease. He was run out the other night by Javed.
Medium pacer bowling to Imran Khan.
That's in the air, and a very simple catch to Baptiste. And Imran really annoyed with himself.
Annoyed because of his casualness. That was a pretty well-disguised slow ball. And followed his usual policy of just pushing. Down for 87.
Good shot. Nice straight that from Qasim Omar. Baptiste just straying down legs. Qasim Omar, and he takes strike to Joel Garner.
Ooh, and an attempted pull shot there, and Qasim's not comfortable.
Wasn't all that short, and he tried to whip it away square. Joel Garner gets plenty of bounce. Qasim Omar in a lot of pain, a lot of help from the West Indians. It's good to see they come from everywhere. He's so tiny they could pick him up and give him a whip around there.
He's dropped him. Yes, he has. Wayne Daniel, the fieldsman there. That ball went around about head high to him. Hit him on the palms, went straight up, and for a second I thought he was going to catch it. Daniel again. Qasim Omar. Once again getting that ball away on the onside, and it slipped through, and no it hasn't. Yes it has. Well, a break there for Pakistan.
Wow, double whammy there, wasn't it? In this field, deflected away, and Clive Lloyd would be annoyed. There's two men protecting the backward square leg position, and he's not happy, and rightly so.
Qasim Omar facing Wayne Daniel.
Oh, down the ground, good shot. He's not running for that one. It's 4.
Well, that's exactly what I would have done if I'd have been Qasim Omar.
Marshall bowls now to Javed Miandad.
When he's out, an edge onto the stumps. Javed just checks the bat. It's not going to make any difference to the result in the paper in the morning. It'll say bowled Marshall.
The leg side. Now he retreats the pavilion, 5 for 182. He's been the backbone of the Pakistan innings. 95, the partnership between he and Miandad.
That's a good shot, beautifully timed.
That was an interesting piece of cricket. Holding realising that Qasim was consistently backing away outside the...
Facing Wayne Daniel.
That's a good delivery from Wayne Daniel. Finally getting the Yorker in the right spot. And that brings to an end a very good and entertaining innings from Qasim.
Was indeed. A valiant innings, 69, comes to an end as Qasim Omar is bowled by Daniel. 6 for 196.
Sarfraz deep away on the onside, clearing Desmond Haynes and going into the boundary. That's a well-timed shot from a big quickie. It's in the air safely, falling into the hands of Vivian Richards, and he doesn't make too many mistakes, even as casual as Viv is on a catch like that.
1 ball to go. Sarfraz is out, 7 for 206.
And Rashid, the new batsman at the crease, he'll get 2 off the final delivery. And Rashid's a bit interested in 3. He's actually run out, but it doesn't matter all that much.
69 and Javed Miandad 41, with Madassa making 31. And for West Indies, holding 2 wickets, Garner, Marshall, Daniel and Baptiste 1 each. We pick up play now at the start of the West Indies innings. Richard Gabriel is taking strike. There's just 1 run on the board. He's facing Sarfraz, and your commentator is Ian Chappell.
Gabriel onto the back foot there, looking for the single. If Javed's throw had hit, he was in trouble. He could be in trouble here, though. Yes, and he's on his way. Run out at the second attempt. Gabriel slipping wearing the rubber-soled shoes and most disappointed with himself.
And Richard Gabriel still down on the ground as he slipped, and it was a case of second time lucky for Pakistan. And he took off quickly again, and it was Mansur Akhtar who did it on this occasion. A good throw to Wasim Bari, and Gabriel striding for the crease. In fact, his bat was in the crease, but it wasn't down. And a good decision by the umpire at square leg, Mel Johnson. A very tough decision. I think that was the thing that beat Gabriel. The angle of the bat, it was certainly behind the crease, but it was in the air. So a very tough decision, and what a good breakthrough for Pakistan. Rashid Khan.
It's in the air and gone. Abdul Qadir in the gully has taken a very sharp chance, and Sarfraz continuing his great form from Sydney the other night against Australia.
And Viv Richards treating Sarfraz with a little contempt, and it was a good move by Pakistan to have Qadir a little on the deep side in that gully area. It gave him the opportunity to have a good look at that. Sarfraz and the West Indies struggling at 2 for 9.
Desmond Haynes takes strike to Rashid. And he's bowled him inside edge, possibly onto Pat as well, and they're 3 wickets down, West Indies. And Pakistan players have come from everywhere. Rashid Khan's a hero.
Well, he's been for 2, and the West Indies now 3 down for 9.
3 for 10. Haynes out for 2. Gabriel no score. Richards for 7. Gomes 1. Lloyd no score. Rashid Khan, the members' end. 2 left-handers in now. That's more difficult for the Pakistan bowlers. Oh, what a good catch that was. 4 for 10. Pakistan on top. And Clive Lloyd stands bemused at the non-striker's end.
Backward point, and now he's wrapped up Larry Gomes, who's a vital batsman in this West Indian lineup. The West Indies 4 for 10.
Don't tell me he's bust his hand.
Oh, good wrong on that one. Clive Lloyd certainly didn't pick that one.
Driving for consistency. Not trying to bowl too fast. Trying to be accurate.
Good shot, good timing. Beats Jarvid at mid-off. And that's a measure of the way the West Indies batsmen have been contained. That's their first boundary in this innings.
And West Indies could have easily been 4 for 28. Still lagging behind Pakistan after 19 overs.
That's a good piece of footwork there from Dujon. And also a very fine piece of time.
Safe and caught him. Lloyd's gone. And that could be the clincher for Pakistan.
Parts. It's West Indies 5 for 45.
Picked that up and hit it away over mid-wicket for 4. One of the most interesting things, Bill, will be when Pakistan play Australia and Abdul Qadir bowls against them, because in the test matches the Australians played him with their pads for much of the Hassan Azhar.
Imran fires, hit them.
Very good fielding and not much in it. Umpire Mel Johnson was there. Imran Khan was the man who threw the ball. It hits the stumps, and the bowler says absolutely nothing. In the air, Imran, can he get there? Got it! Good catch. Great catch by Imran Khan, running away. Azim Hafiz strikes and West Indies are gone.
Yes, a superb catch. Never took his eyes off the ball. Was pulled away by Dujon. He didn't quite get hold as well. 6 for 56.
Baptiste in the air, he's gone, he's out. Mansour at extra cover has taken the catch. And Baptiste on his way back to the pavilion. Well, that was the last 7 for 63.
Azim Hafiz to Holding.
Oh, what a catch! What a magnificent catch! Well, it's all going for the Pakistanis, and he cannot believe it. Up went the left hand, and the ball stuck in the end of his fingers. Well, when you're hot, and when you're not, you're not. And today, everything going the way of Pakistan. It didn't this morning. They had to battle for their runs. But certainly this afternoon, everything is going their way. What a great follow-through catch by Azim. He couldn't believe it. He just threw out the left hand and found that it stuck. So Michael Holding, he's out. And the West Indies, 8 for 65. Whacks that one away into the gap at square leg. That's 4. That wasn't a very good delivery from Madassa. Hit away into the gap for 4 with a lot of confidence.
Good catch. Up went like a rocket off the bat. Caught out there by Azim, who is not possessed of all fingers on both hands. He did very well to clutch that.
Clutching in his good hand. So Malcolm Marshall is out for 20, and the West Indies near to defeat, 9 for 94.
Wayne Daniel facing Sarfraz. Well, it may not matter in the end, but Mansour Akhtar has only got himself to blame there. I've no doubt at all he was looking into the sun. Sarfraz under it, experienced player, takes it nicely, perhaps with a little fumble right at the very end, but he caught it. And that's what matters to Pakistan. And their supporters rushing onto the field now. So a great win here for Pakistan. A superb effort, 8 for 208 they made. 111 for West Indies all out. A tremendous performance from the Pakistan. Jeffrey Dujon, 30. Joel Garner, 21. Malcolm Marshall, 20. Clive Lloyd, 12. Wayne Daniel, 12. And the rest below double figures. The great Vivian has again bowled beautifully. 9 overs, 2 for 24. To go with the 4 wickets he took on Tuesday. Rashid Khan, 2 for 10. Made a very good comeback to the Pakistan. Shows they've now moved up to be level with West Indies and Australia. Pakistan have 2 matches next.
4. It's got to be close, and he's on his way. Umpire Proctor having a good long look and deciding that Richard Gabriel is out LBW.
Ian Chappell was just highlighting the stance of Richard Gabriel, and he's thinking about it for a moment. Gabriel looking at the bat. I don't think he got an edge, and he's out without scoring. West Indies 1 for 1.
That's a good shot from Richardson, getting it away fine, and it'll beat Maguire across the boundary. Placed that one nicely. That's almost taken there by David Hooks. Obviously the Australian fieldsman felt that there was an edge there.
Over. 9 overs gone, 1 for 17.
It was a good shot. Got that away nicely, and the ground slopes over in that part there. But they're going to look for 4. Good cricket. Very, very good cricket. Well, it's the Australian captain is under it. Wrong one to hook, as indeed it was on Saturday. Almost a playback.
Richardson for 11, 2 for 24.
Clay to Richards. Beautiful stroke that. Hit with tremendous power. McClay almost had time to get down to reach it. 2 for 32. Hogg to Haynes. Nice shot. It's a long chase. There are two men after it. And neither will be able to get it. Beautifully hit away off his toes by Desmond Haynes. It's in the air and it's beaten Lawson. Good shot. Now that's a dangerous over for Australia. They're bowling very tightly and the West Indies have got away. 2 for 44. 2 for 44 and Desmond Haynes played beautifully in that over. Richards is 8. McClay is coming in from the southern all-round weekend, bowling to Richards. Oh, lovely stroke for 4 more runs. McClay was too short up in Brisbane the other day. The excuse given there was that everything was a bit slippery.
That's a tremendous shot. Brings up the 50. That ball once again just a little bit wide and thrashed away behind square for 4.
Beautifully played.
To get rid of Vivian Richards. In the air, he's gone! They've got him! That's the end of Vivian Richards. A huge breakthrough for the Australians. Kepler Wessels making the catch at mid-on. Good bowling, Rodney Hogg.
And surprisingly, 3 for 55, the West Indians.
And that's it in the air, but straight down the ground. The ball running away down towards the deep mid-on boundary. Wessels is after it and just pulling it back short of the boundary. 3 runs there to Haynes.
Looking confident.
Well, once again, played away down there towards third man. This time getting 4. Well, that's magnificent batting there by Desmond Haynes, opening the face of the bat, laying the ball into the gaps.
3 for 73. Desmond Haynes on 38. Clive Lloyd on 3. It's going to...
After a maiden over, John Maguire comes in for a second over.
That's a bad drop there. David Hooks getting to that lofted shot from Clive Lloyd. That's where he likes to loft the ball away. Kim Hughes. Haynes in the air, just beating the bowler Maguire and safely away to the boundary.
Play to Lloyd.
There's a big hit that's going out. Borders coming around. It's racing out towards the rope. That's 6 big ones, and Clive Lloyd picked it up beautifully. The stand is over 50 and a magnificent hit piece that goal.
Well, Clive Lloyd's been sweating on that one. To Lloyd.
He gets hold of this one. Boy, oh boy, that's racing out towards square leg. 4 more. Tremendous competitor, Clive Lloyd. One of the best hitters in the game, whether it's Test cricket or one-day matches. Superb timing.
On in.
It's gone again. It's a big hit. There's a man out there. It's Border who's coming around. It's racing. It's over the rope again. And it's 6 more. Big shout. It's close. It's out. Yes. Noel Johnson there having a good look at that appeal from Rodney Hogg. Clive Lloyd hitting it across the line. A judged LBW and a vital breakthrough again by Rodney Hogg.
There's been a cut through by the Australians. They certainly needed it. Clive Lloyd a brisk 40 and the West Indies 4 for 135.
West Indies after 32 overs, 4 for 135. It's Maguire to replace McClay. Desmond Haynes on 56, the key now for the West Indian side. Good could be out. He's dropped him. Mid-on, both hands to it. Full away, they picked up a single.
And Greg Ritchie, that went to him like a rocket.
Is Ritchie. He's gone after this one. It's a big slog over square leg, and that's 4. Strange tactics, that from Desmond Haynes.
Yes, a little difficult to work.
Recommends the bowler. Good catch. Well done. Jeffrey Dujon goes. Just a miscue out the mid-off, and that is a priceless wicket.
Ball gratefully. 5 for 168.
Time running out for the Australian bowlers. 5 for 182.
Backs away, smashes it down towards square leg. Rackerman's going to try and get there. He can't. That's 4. Well placed.
Augustine Logie facing Lawson.
He's bowled in. Neck and crop. That is a beautiful delivery by Lawson. Right up in the block hole there. Logie having to go for it, playing over the top, and he's clean bowled.
Great competitor, Jeffrey Lawson, and a fine bowler to boot. Right on at 6 for 195. The batsman, the fieldsman under tremendous pressure. Desmond Haynes on 99.
Nicely played. That's 100, and is he happy? Desmond Haynes coming back for the second, ball to the fieldsman, and that's been a superb innings. The first by a West Indian in the Benson Hedges World Series Cup at the Sydney Cricket Ground.
And why shouldn't he be happy? A full house of 40,000 people, and he's played superbly. Applause from his teammates, a standing ovation, a tremendous knock. There was a lot of movement early. Haynes weathered the storm, and congratulations to Desmond Haynes. He's been out of form for several years, only averaged 17 in the test matches against India. He's come out here to Australia, and he's played superbly today. And isn't he a happy man? Well played. Good luck to him.
He's bowled in. Baptiste bowled by another Yorker from Lawson. Well, he certainly got those going today. That's magnificent bowling.
Amongst all the excitement of the 100, 207 in the 47th over.
Hogg to Haynes.
We smashed that way down into the outfield. One bounce into the crowd. That was a magnificent shot.
Well, that's just about the shot of the day. He hit that like a bullet. It sped to the...
Lawson, the last ball of the innings, down the leg side to Marsh. He shies at the stumps. They've got themselves a single, so 223. That was a leg by. And that's the end of the West Indian innings, 223. They've lost 7 wickets in achieving that total, and they've scored those runs at 4.56 per.
That's come off the thigh pad, I think, or the hip. Tremendous take by Jeffrey Dujon.
That's a beautiful stroke. Time to perfection. Winston Davis coming on in place of Michael Holding. Looking for the outswinger, but it didn't move, and Ritchie clipped it beautifully. Put it down. Oh, it's a life for Greg Ritchie. For one moment I thought it was going up in the air above Lloyd, and I think he did too, but he's in trouble. West Indies captain, I think, has split the third finger. He's already got a bandage on the little finger of that right hand, but he's going straight off the field.
It's in the air, could be out, straight down to Wayne Daniel. No balls are called. The crowd roared. They roar again. Mel Johnson, the caller. And a chance of a run in as well.
What an extraordinary event. Ritchie quite obviously didn't hear the call of no ball at all.
It's well placed. It's beautifully placed.
Well, that's Greg Ritchie's strength. He's done that on several occasions. He's got it close in low, and he's out. What a way to finish a glorious stroke like that. to go for an ill-judged third run like that.
Well, Wayne Daniel, the slowest moving, the beauty. And he's gone for all money, and a great breakthrough for West Indians, and a tragedy for Richie, who played superbly for 30. 1 for 68.
4.55 when they started the innings. That's got to be pretty close. Yes, Kepler Wessels on his way. That was the straight delivery there from Vivian Richards. He bowls mostly at the stumps, and you don't want to miss him too often.
And now 2 down for 75.
Australia 2 for 76, requiring 148 more runs for victory. 2 men out, both getting a start, Richie and Wessels. Border on 1. And that's in the air and straight to Vivian Richards. And the acting captain is right in the game at the moment.
Well, what a breakthrough for the West Indians. A little bit of trouble. 3 for 76.
Richards bowls to the Australian captain, Kim Hughes.
It's a slower delivery there from Richards. And the pull shot from Hughes just bouncing inside the rope.
That's a good shot from Hughes. He played it in the air, but played it right into the gap down there at square leg.
Oh, and that's a great delivery from Baptiste. Knocking the off stump right out of the ground. Kim Hughes hitting across that delivery. And wicket to go down with the total at 100.
Surprise ball, but Hooks was equal to it. 4 for 110. Davis to David Hooks. That's a beautiful shot by Hooks. Great timing, and it's the first time there's been something to cheer about for the Australian followers for quite some time. That was a beautifully timed shot. Davis to Marsh.
And that's beautifully timed by Rodney Marsh. Just what Australia needed. A boundary, they probably need a couple more of them.
Wayne Daniel to Rodney.
Oh, and that's got him. Marsh trying to loft away on the onside. And a very important wicket there from Wayne Daniel.
Well, Ian Chappell was just highlighting the big gap down a fine leg, and that enticed a little clearer than that. And Rodney Marsh is out for 27, and Australia 5 for 156.
Daniel bowls to David Hooks.
Sliced away on the offside. Augustine Logie, and a marvellous catch he's taken out there. The little fella really is a good fielder, and that was a well-judged catch. Tremendous take there by little Augustine Logie.
Well, the last ball of the over, and David Hooks going over to him in jubilation. So David Hooks out for 35, and Australia struggling at 6 for 164. Jeff Lawson, 3 runs from 6 balls. Wayne Daniel, 2 for 20 from 8 overs.
And Daniel following Lawson there, and a magnificent piece of fielding by Vivian Richards. What a job he's doing as captain. Picked up a wicket himself, a catch, and what a marvellous piece of work there from side on. He really is the best all-round fieldsman I've ever seen.
Well, it had to come. Frustration for Lawson. He took Richards on and lost by a mile. Look at that, just one stump to aim at. And spot on. A magnificent piece of fielding by Vivian Richards, and that made Mel Johnson's task an easy one, that. So Australia really struggling now. 7 for 171, still needing 53 runs for victory.
40,000 spectators here at the Sydney Cricket Ground would be very disappointed with this batting performance by the Australians. A wonderful...
You're going to do the same to the players as Rodney Hogg is bowled out. Perfectly straight, medium pace, short of a length delivery. Bowled by Holding and...
8 for 175. 1 over remaining. 8 for 192. It's Michael Holding. And he's knocked out the off stump. Wow, it's all happening here at the Sydney Cricket Ground. The West Indian fans are going berserk here.
Out for 15, and now Australia 9 for 192 in this final over.
Yes, and 1 delivery remaining. 1 almighty hit, says the scoreboard. Have to be into a train, they'll have to run at 39. Get into the good yard. It's the only hope they got as Holding comes in. Struck out to Richards at cover, and a very easy and comfortable victory for the West Indian team. They out-batted, out-fielded and out-bowled the Australians here.
As it stands at the moment, has West Indies on top with 6 points, and the Australians and Pakistanis, who have also played 4 games, each have 3 points. Comes in, he troubled the West Indians with his leg spin down in Melbourne when Pakistan beat them the other day, and out goes Tahir Nakash.
Well, and that's got to be very close. Yes, Bruce Martin has a good long look. And finally, Michael Holding has got the LBW he's been looking for.
So Madassa out, LBW to Michael Holding, and Pakistan 1 for 16. Done something to his right hamstring.
And that's even worse for Vivian. Down it goes, and that, I won't say there was a straightforward chance, but it wasn't all that difficult for a man of Richards' capability. 10. He's not been having a good trot recently, but he's struggling out there. Wayne Daniel is the bowler. And he's gone. That's another wicket for West Indies. Tremendous performance now by Viv Richards and his team.
Mansour Akhtar out for 4, and the West Indians now have Pakistan 2 for 28.
West Indies a problem or two. They've missed a catch. There have been some no balls and wides, and the 12th man is on, Roger Harper.
Roger Andrew Harper. It can bowl real quick.
Bowled again. He's given him out. Well, he must have thought that it flicked the glove as well as the side.
Is Pakistan in a bit of trouble now? 3 for 35.
Qasim Omar is the new batsman taking the place of Mohsin Khan.
Good shot from Javed. From right off the middle of the bat. And that's the first boundary of the innings coming in the 15th over. Very slippery.
That was unbelievable stuff from Vivian Richards. A big appeal there from the West Indians. But what a magnificent example of picking the ball up, shying down the non-strikers end and hitting the stumps.
Must be one of the greatest pieces of fielding one's ever seen. Just turned blind. Javed struggling, and also very close. It could have been 3 in a row for Javed. Umpire Martin also getting back into position. Caught by surprise by Vivian Richards. A magnificent piece of work.
Well, there's a...
And he's bowled him. Now, Javed is not pleased about that for a couple of reasons, I should think. One, he might have queried the delivery of the ball before. And secondly, that he stepped away there, gave himself too much room and had the stumps hit.
An unfortunate dismissal for Pakistan. Javed and Qasim, they've battled pretty hard. An uncharacteristic shot by Javed, and that one was through him a little quicker than he thought. A quick look up at Eldeen Baptiste, and there's no doubt in Javed's mind that he had to make his way back to the pavilion. So Javed Miandad out for 31, and Pakistan now 4 for 96 in the 34th over. Qasim Omar is still battling it out on 23. That's Imran on strike.
Richards attacking the ball. Beautiful throw. Seems to be able to throw the stumps down from anywhere these days.
Oh, he's quick.
They've conceded one boundary. And there's the second one. The second boundary in 52 overs. 11 overs the other night without a boundary against Australia. And that's the second one in 42 overs here. An appeal there from Michael Holding. And Imran is on his way. A full toss. And quite a strong appeal there from Michael Holding. A very confident appeal.
Perhaps it might have been going about leg stump. Imran out for 17, 5 for 137.
For Pakistan, he's made 43. He's had to earn them all. And that's cleaned up the stumps as Rashid attempts to loft away over the onside field. Once again, the accuracy of the West Indies bowlers.
He seems struggling to force the pace. Abdul Qadir on 7. At least he's looking busy, looking urgent.
No more. He's gone now. Might have been a bit unlucky there. Inside edge, I suspect, onto his foot. Or pad, and then back onto the stump. Oh, ball beaten for pace. Looked as though it went through the bat, but the bat wasn't quite there. Wayne Daniel, a good spell of bowling.
Daddles and Sarfraz depart. And Pakistan struggling. 8 for 161. Not a boundary. Only 2 boundaries scored in innings to date. Unbelievable off 49 overs on the small Sydney cricket ground. Oh, well played. The little fella, he was out of position there. It was all over the place, but he got the boundary. He got back to ball, and the big crowd appreciate what a fighter this man is. And that's not good enough.
Brilliant shot. Just as good as the one earlier in the over.
2 balls remaining. It's gone again. Malcolm Marshall's coming around. He doesn't get to it. Is it 6? Is it 4? Indecision. Umpire O'Connell having a look, asking Malcolm Marshall. Malcolm Marshall's not particularly interested at this stage. He's saying 4. The members boo. The little fellow picks up 4 more.
.16 from the over. From Wayne Daniel. Great fighting innings from Qasim Omar. And Pakistan finished with 8 for 184. And that's a great effort, Bill. A great fight back.
Great fight back. Pakistan carried by this little guy. He comes up to a tremendous ovation. He's made a match of it.
Well, they did well. It was a fine innings from Qasim Omar, 67 not out in 120 balls faced. He batted 153 minutes, which is a measure of how tight was the West Indian attack. 31 Javed Miandad, the next top score, 13 to Mohsin Khan and 17 to Imran Khan. But the batting certainly fell away, and that 184 was boosted by 31 extras. That's a lot, and Vivian Richards wouldn't have been too pleased about that, but he would have been happy with Michael Holding, 4 for 26, and not so happy with Wayne Daniel, 2 for 60, but Eldin Baptiste, 1 for 25, would have pleased him immensely. And the great pleasure would have come from Malcolm Marshall's bowling, 6 overs, 4 maidens. Azim Hafiz, and that's exactly the opposite of what Imran will have told him to do. There's a real dasher, Richard Gabriel, although it doesn't show in the scorecard so far. He's been tied down, but he's been trying desperately hard to get onto the front foot and slash. And that solved that little problem for Pakistan. That one didn't swing away outside the off stump.
1 for 30.
Azim to Richie Richardson. Shots. Beautiful stroke. Beautiful stroke by Richie Richardson.
That certainly was.
Azim to Richie Richardson.
There's no ball called by umpire Peter McConnell. And that shot very well timed by Richie Richardson. And away to the boundary.
And it was placed very well too.
No ball. Once again, an example of his great straight driving.
Oh, that was a classical stroke, that. He had the whole...
And more runs required for victory for West Indies. And I must say that Richie Richardson is starting to play very well. That's a fine bit of placement, picking the gap beautifully. In this top-class company. Good shot. Placed it beautifully. He really is playing very well. His driving has been excellent.
Well, if you really want to...
Haynes faces Abdul Qadir.
Haynes slices it up into the air, and Madassa gets back to take the catch. So success there for Qadir at last, as Desmond Haynes top edges that attempted sweep shot.
Haynes might have gone into the lights and perhaps he might have been blinding you, but 2 for 109.
He's got the opportunity now to bowl against both Richards and Richardson.
Well, Sarfraz may be the most experienced player in the Pakistan team, but the confidence of youth is unbounded. Straight down, he's stroked. He's caught it. Well, what a terrible ball. And a shot where Richards must have licked his lips and thrashed at it, and he hit it straight down the throat of the man at deep fine leg, Rashid Khan. Would you believe it?
And the pressure was on Qadir. And when he let that delivery go out, the thing, Richards out for 2, caught Rashid, bowled Qadir, and the West Indies 3 for 120, still needing 65 for a win. From Sarfraz's end.
Could be run out here. Yes. Well, Dujon's not going to be too pleased about that. He got 3 parts of the way down and then 3 parts of the way back. Richardson was looking to see what was happening behind him with the wicketkeeper. And it was a clever piece of work in the end from the wicketkeeper and fielder.
And one couldn't blame Richie Richardson for not going through with that, because he's on the back foot, continuing to play his shot, and a good work by Wasim Bari, and Sarfraz just taking the bails off in the nick of time. Jeffrey Dujon striding for the crease. Umpire Peter McConnell giving him out. So this game alive once again. The West Indies 4 for 138.
Richardson's taking strike now to Qadir. Oh, and beautifully bowled and well stumped by Wasim Bari. Richie Richardson goes, and now West Indies are in trouble. The last ball of Abdul Qadir's spell. He can't bowl anymore, but he's done the damage out there now.
And what a way, Richie, to finish off his 10th over with a wicket. Beautifully taken by Wasim Bari. It came in between bat and pad, a little more flight, and he beat Richardson all ends up. And Qadir finishing his 10-over spell, 1 maiden, 3 for 27. And West Indies now 5 for 141. Still need 44 for victory.
Gaslogi faces Rashid Khan.
That's gone away down 4-4. And that was the last thing that Pakistan wanted. Very good shot, that one from Gaslogi. And it's up in the air and dropped there by Sarfraz. So, not much joy for Pakistan in that over. It's 5 for 163.
5 viable wickets in hand. Sarfraz. Oh, and a big Sar at 35 years of age. The reflexes are slowing. The caught and bowled was on. Straight through the ducking head and hands of Sarfraz went that ball for 4. Sheed the bowler. Oh, what a glorious shot, young Gus Logie. A ripper at the right moment. The square drive raced away to the cover boundary for 4 runs. Malcolm Marshall applauds, and rightly so.
If there's ever a time to produce a shot of great quality, it's
10 balls remaining. There it is. Gus Logie brings up the winning run for the West Indies. They win by 5 wickets, 5 for 185.
At the end, 44 unbroken in only 30 minutes. Logie 28 and Marshall 16. And those 16 came from only 19 balls faced. But the innings of the evening came from Richie Richardson, 53 from 93 balls faced. Desmond Haynes, 37. In the bowling figures, Abdul Qadir, if only he could have bowled more than 10 overs, then Pakistan would have been in with a chance. 10 overs, 1 maiden, 3 for 27. I thought he was superb out there this evening. Azim Hafiz was expensive with 1 for 53. And Sarfraz, for some reason, wasn't used for his full 10 overs. So the points table in the Benson Hedges World Series Cup now. West Indies have raced away to 8 points. Pakistan and Australia are still on 3 points each, but Australia have a game.
Fine shot. Wide delivery, and hit that right off the middle of the bat. Confidence builder for Greg Ritchie. 4 runs. It's a deflection finds, racing towards the boundary, and it makes it. 4 more to Greg Ritchie, a red glance.
and a good over for Australia. 2 boundaries.
Shot through, it's 4 more. Well played, Greg Ritchie, and the crowd rise to him. 3 boundaries, a very good over for Australia.
Very tight. Just a medium pacer.
Bissell gets that away. Well played, it wasn't all that short. He was quickly back and he beat point.
And the Pakistani medium pacer. His legs.
Good shot. We haven't seen Vessels play that stroke very often this season. The bowlers have been concentrating, as Tony Greig said. Haven't been bowled yet. So he's restricted in the number of outfielders he can have. And that's one of the problems where you're not allowed to have any outfielders until...
Another good shot from Kepler Vessels, this time through the offside field. Bisects mid-off an extra cover, down to the boundary for 4. And that brings up the 50 partnership.
Ijaz to Ritchie.
And he's got him. Yes, he has. Caught and bowled. That's good bowling by Ijaz. Ritchie deciding to come down the wicket on that occasion, driving firmly.
Picked up the first wicket for Pakistan, 1 for 57. Madassa Nazar now coming to bowl to Kim Hughes.
He's given him out. LBW. Kim Hughes once again fails in the Benson Hedges World Series Cup, and Madassa, the man who has struck. Hughes out for 5, 5 and 19 in previous innings, out here for a duck.
Pitched outside off stump and looked to me as though it would have hit middle. First baller for Kim Hughes, and suddenly Australia, from coasting along at none for 57, have 2 for 58.
Yeah, they're 75 and struggling.
And that's the sort of stroke Kepler Vessels will have to play to catch up on his run rate. His personal rate has dropped well behind what it should be. We're into the 25th over. There's another good shot. And the ball races away over those practice pitches there. You think you've got it, you bend down for it, look up, and the thing's rattling into the fence. Goes to Vessels. It's a good shot. Not much gap there because there's a man in at mid-wicket and a man at mid-on. There must have only been 2 or 3 yards there. Vessels has got it going. Safe, way over mid-off, and that's what must be done. You've got to take the risk. Bold. And that's the penalty they're paying for having gone so slow a little while ago. They now have to start playing.
And it's now 3 for 116.
Good shot. They've taken the man away from deep cover, and Vessels is going to profit from that to the extent of 4 runs.
Well played. Right into the gap. That ball racing away down to backward point. This will be 4. Good shot by Kepler Vessels. Azim every now and again bowls one just short outside off stump, and Vessels loves him there.
And Hogg does a backward walk to the pavilion, accompanied by Daddles. Out first ball.
And the amazing part of the fact that he's on a hat-trick, he got the first wicket with a stumping, which is most unusual in a one-day game. So John Maguire is the man on strike. He's been crowded, and the thought will be going through Cardier's mind, what will they bowl him? Well, in my opinion, it's either got to be a top spinner or a wrong, and something coming back into the right-hander, giving him the extra chance of an LBW. And the wrong and it is, and that's got to be a chance. No shot played, so I would think that these runs have got to be cancelled. Oh, and he's given 4-leg byes. I can't believe that. I can't believe that he's classing that as a shot.
Now, he never offered a shot at all to that, and no one is very pleased out there. Mohsin's upset. Kadyr's resigned. He's talking to the umpire. Imran has come in.
But not according to Bruce Martin. That's lofted away. Imran gets there but can't quite hold it. And Maguire is back for a second. And Imran very disappointed with himself. Actually made very good ground to get there.
It's a big hit, an enormous hit. Lawson has hit that 20 seats back, 20 rows back in the members' pavilion. Kadir won't have his 6th wicket. They're going to take 2. Salim Malik, the fielder, can't get a 3rd. 209 for Australia, 15 off the last over from Abdul Qadir, and that makes it a little more respectable. Coming as the bowler to Madassa, just 1 run on the board, and Tony Greig and Keith Stackpole are your commentators.
A good shot from Madassa. He's pretty strong in that area. That was well pitched up and on the leg stump. The outfield's quick and it's 4. Right off the meat of the bat, played just past the square leg umpire down to the square leg boundary.
Rackerman to Mohsin Khan.
Nicely played. That's a good shot. Well, Smith, no, it's not. It's Ritchie chasing that one away down to deep mid-wicket. They've turned for 3 and they've run 4. So Ritchie taking a little bit of time to get out to deep mid-wicket. And Pakistan no wicket for 17.
Last ball of Rackerman's over. Maiden until that ball, which is punched away very firmly by Mohsin. And Hughes gives chase, but it's no use. That's a classical back foot off drive that brings 4 runs, and Pakistan a no wicket for 25. Perhaps bowling off a slightly shorter run today.
And he's out. Well taken there at mid-wicket by Kepler Vessels. Madassa attempting to force away on the onside. And as happens so often here at the MCG, batsman caught in front of the wicket.
Had no help. 1 for 33, Madassa out.
Well, Kepler Vessels picked up a catch to get rid of Madassa in the last over for 12. Pakistan 1 for 34. That theory is. Mansour off the mark. And going back for a second, he could be in trouble here. Yes, a magnificent throw from Jeff Lawson. It was always a dangerous second, made much more so by the direct hit.
Well, we've been saying for a long time now, the last 5 or 6 games, that Jeff Lawson's accuracy in his bowling has improved immeasurably. As he comes in and pounces and throws in one movement. And it's a direct hit, and Mansour literally is yards adrift. Absolutely yards adrift. And Marsh makes a pilgrimage to congratulate Lawson. 2 for 35.
Kepler Vessels to Javed Miandad.
Vessels is clearly going to attack the leg stump, and that's a bad bit of fielding there by Lawson, who seemed to go over the top of that one, and as a result the ball rolling away over this fast outfield down to the boundary for 4.
Marsh has got it now. How on earth did that get there? Marsh didn't know where it was for a moment. It almost looked as though it came off just one.
Mohsin Khan out, Pakistan 3 for 56.
Wicket. And Australia, well, there's not much difference there. 2 for 67 they were after 22. Oh, what a good catch. 2 wickets to Alan Border. Part-time bowler, but brilliant batsman and catcher.
Well, who says you've got to be a full-time bowler in this one-day game? I know a few people who'd be very happy to see these part-time bowlers getting a few wickets. It certainly gives Qasim Omar on his way to the pavilion. Pakistan now slumping at 4 for 61.
He's gone, yes, he's gone all the way. John Maguire strikes and Marsh does the rest. And Australia on top here at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. A good bowling performance, good line and length, and Rodney Marsh as safe as the bank.
Finding it hard going now at 5 for 89, still need 121 for victory.
Border to Ijaz.
It's a good shot by Ijaz onto the back foot. Ritchie, the fieldsman. They look for running 4. He's very slow, Greg Ritchie. And they've run 4. Well run. That brings up the 100 for Pakistan. 5 for 100.
Javed down the wicket to Rodney Hogg. What a tremendous shot that was. Beautifully timed and hit very straight. It's a good shot from Javed. He's picked the gap. Nice timing. And his second boundary in this over.
And Pakistan still, however, 25 runs behind in that comparison.
That's a good shot from Ijaz. Getting it away fine, and that'll beat Rodney Hogg into the boundary.
Great deliberation there in that shot from Ijaz.
He's got him this time. There's no missing the stumps on this occasion. And Rodney Hogg, with some accurate bowling, has picked up another wicket.
Yes, a deflection there. Ijaz did not look very happy against the ball that pitched and came back into him. And that ball just flicked the top of his pad way to the pavilion. 6 for 124.
And Pakistan not going like a winner at the moment. 7.18 they require. An edge from Javed, and that's a boundary, something that they need desperately, and that brings up Javed's 50.
Abdul Qadir facing Lawson. Through his hands.
Yes, through his hands and away down to the boundary at deep extra cover. It's in the air to mid-on. Oh, and another opportunity missed there by the Australians. That's Kepler Wessels at mid-on. It was the sort of catch that Imran got and took in the Pakistan innings. 4 more.
It's down below 7 at the moment.
Oh, and that's a magnificent shot. Beautifully played through extra cover by Qadir.
Qadir facing Lawson.
Oh, he's hit that. It's going down towards extra cover. He's gone. That's out. Oh, no, he's dropped him. I can't believe it. That's Ritchie down there. That was a straightforward catch. No, it's not. It's Smith. An absolute dolly. He looked as if he had it.
Started making a big fight of it.
Bowled him. Well, Javad's been trying to persuade Qadir not to do anything stupid. On that occasion, he backed away. Javad shakes his head, and Qadir is comprehensively bowled.
And Javed, 7 for 161. Hogg to Javed Miandad.
He's bowled him. Oh, Javed Miandad on that occasion moving back and trying to hit the ball over the top of extra cover is bowled by Rodney Hogg, and what an over this is turning out to be for Australia.
That's the clincher. Great effort from Rodney Hogg and a fine innings from Javed Miandad. He's played really well out there today. Rashid Khan faces Lawson.
Oh, and this is going to be out. Yes, it's out. Hughes picking the ball up there, not having to throw. Wasim Bari stranded out of his ground, and all Hughes had to do was run up and knock the bails off.
Wasim Bari is very pleased about that. His lips were moving quite briskly as he looked down at Rashid Khan. We couldn't actually hear what he was. 9 for 164. Jeff Lawson to Azim Hafiz.
And he's knocked him over, Jeffrey Lawson, and Pakistan all out for 166. A fine performance by the Australians here today. Only defending 209 runs. They bowled very well indeed, and the delighted captain supports the 2 bowlers who did a great job, Wessels and Border.
West Indies batted, and we pick up play now in the 7th over. There are 6 runs on the board, and Jeffrey Lawson is the bowler, bowling to Desmond Haynes. Your commentators are Bill Lurry and Frank Tyson.
Pressure's on and bounce, just missed the stumps.
Bowling to Desmond Haynes. Good shot from Desmond Haynes. Well enough time that he's not even bothering to run through. Got that right off the meat of the bat. And comes in now to Gabriel. In the air, good catch. Great catch by John McGuire. He's already fielded brilliantly on 2 occasions. Then the first wicket goes down. Gabriel is gone.
Gabriel out, and the West Indies 1 for 24.
Rodney Hogg to Haynes. Good shot. It's picked off middle and leg. Beautiful stroke from Desmond Haynes. Wessels now, bowling to Larry Gomes.
That's got to be close, yes. Kepler Wessels has picked up a wicket. Larry Gomes playing back there. And Wessels not bouncing too much at all. And Gomes is on his way.
and a good wicket for Kipling. So Larry Gomes out, and the West Indies 2 for 50.
Border to Richards.
Richards dominate the bowler. Just giving himself a bit of... Once again, Richards giving himself some room. And his timing's pretty good as well as his placement. 2 boundaries coming in that over. The West Indies 2 for 79 after 23 overs.
That's off the edge, but it's going to go for 4. Desmond Haynes gets away with it. It's nicely placed by Richards. It's beaten the man close in, and it's beaten the man in the outfield as well. Hooks again out of deep mid-wicket. He'll have to be quick and can't do it. There's a lovely shot. David Hooks, and he can't make it. The ball in. Rodney Hogg getting one to nip back. And he's gone straight through the defences of Desmond Haynes. A useful innings by Haynes. He made 63, 64 he did. That one just a little bit too...
Off stump, middle and off, onto his leg stump. The end of a very good innings from Desmond Haynes. Bowled by Hogg for 65. And the West Indies have lost their 3rd wicket with 140 on the board.
Oh, and that's smashed away down towards square leg. 3 bounces into the fence for 4. Oh, he's hit that over the top of extra cover down onto that very quick area by the nets, and a dive there to try and cut it off. But 4 runs, and that brings up the 1. Get one for sure. Might come back for the second. Yes, Lloyd's coming back. Richie's got it. He's down and swung in, and Lloyd scampering back, but the ball has gone to the bowler's end, and Viv Richards has a little giggle down the other end. Maguire to Richards. He's hit that way down towards deep mid-wicket, but once again, just wide of the fieldsman there, and that's his 8th boundary. And now Lloyd smashing it in the air over the top, down to mid-wicket. That's in the air too, but hit so flat and so hard, and it's 4 again. Vivian Richards fairly murdered that delivery.
And that's when Clive Lloyd's really dangerous, when he starts smashing him back past the bowler. That's a fine shot from Richards. Magnificent placement, and almost a great save from Kepler Wessels. That was hit with enormous power. That's high in the air. It's a very difficult chance. And David Hook's not able to take it. And in fact, it went so high in the air, they're able to get back for a second.
John Maguire bowls to Lloyd.
And it's a good delivery from John Maguire. Nice and accurate. Clive Lloyd going for an enormous hit down the ground. And there's also been a change of pace there from Maguire. Learning a little from 27. It's 4 for 199. West Indies 4 for 201 after 44 overs. Slower ball there from Jeff Lawson, and well picked by Viv Richards, and even more importantly, well hit. 11 boundaries now for Viv. That's good placement once again from Viv Richards. And it's going to beat Rodney Hogg into the boundary.
Safely away, and timed well enough to give Rackerman trouble. Good stop. Richards will take 3.
Yes, it's been a powerhouse display, and the crowd have enjoyed it.
Well, that shout of anguish came from John Maguire, because Kim Hughes has pulled in the man from deep fine leg. 4 runs, 4 for 221. There it is, 100 for Vivian Richards, and this great crowd rise to the master batsman. Finest player in the world at the moment, Vivian Richards, and he's provided some marvellous entertainment here at the MCG today.
A perfect limited over one-day innings. Plenty of singles, plenty of boundaries. Only 93 balls in 110 minutes. Oh, that's a beauty. What a hit. What a ripper. That's six in the best at the moment cricket ground, and Des Richards waved to the crowd, picked up Carl Ratner and brought back to the final overs, and he whacked it over one on with tremendous timing and power.
He's just knocking the... Well done. Good catch. Steve Smith, who put one down yesterday, made no mistake there. And Viv Richards has gone. But what a great innings. He's done all the right things for his side. A sacrifice wicket there, which Rackham taken.
A great moment was all with it. Nine Network watching at home or at the ground. Superb innings.
One of the great sights to sit here and look at people on their feet cheering Richards as he comes off the ground. Beautiful innings from the great man. And a marvellous spectacle to see all the people on their feet. 5 for 230. Good shot. Quite deliberate that. A lovely stroke from Geoffrey Dujon. Nice ball from Lawson. And it's well ball, a slow ball, but a full toss. I think he might have got an edge under it as well. But Jeff Lawson deserves those figures. 6 for 238. Porter. Again, look for three, and we'll get it. It's good running from Geoffrey Dujon.
Got it low down and deflected it away for 2 bonus runs.
Good shot. And that's 4. That's a really good shot from Gus Logie. The man's been taken away from the covering position out at deep extra cover. And this is a costly last over.
Salt into the wounds for Carl. Weeks, Worrell and Walcott there, down on the knee, and he thrashed it through cover for 4 runs. Final delivery.
And that's a good shot as well. You have to move to cut that off, Alan Border. And 3 more to Logie. So the end of the 50th over, and the West Indies have made their 250. They're 6 for 252. See, West Indian card, 106 for Richards from only 95 balls faced. Haynes 64, a good innings that, and 27 to Clive Lloyd and 21. Lawson was magnificent today. He had a bit of a back problem. He still bowled 10 overs, 2 maidens, 1 for 28. Rackham 2 for 43. Hogg 1 for 56. Vessel now with Michael Holding coming in to bowl to Greg Ritchie. There are no runs on the board, and your commentator, Tony Gregg, and with him is Keith Stackpole.
Way down the leg side, so the Australians off the mark with a wide. Eight overs have gone, no wicket for 22. Well, that's a lovely shot. Beautifully played away by Greg Ritchie. This will be the first boundary of the Australian innings. He's very strong in that area. Placed that one beautifully. 4 more.
It's a good shot from Vessels. He's found the gap, and he's got the timing to take it away to the boundary. That's the first boundary for Kepler Vessels.
There are 2 men coming around for it. No problems there. And Greg Ritchie has gone.
Michael Holding, the catcher. A pretty sluggish 28 at that. And Australia 1 for 62. And this crowd have come alive. And I think one has the feeling that the crowd here have sensed that the Australians are behind and they're going to try and do something to persuade them to lift their game. And a big roar in the ground.
And there's a big disappointment because Baptiste has sneaked through Border's defence, and those shouts of Border have now dimmed. West Indies have struck twice, and look at the joy on their faces.
They've lost 2 wickets. Alan Border up for a duck. Australia 2 for 63.
2 for 66 from 22, 36 to Vessels, no score yet to Hughes. Vessels takes strike. Shot. Nasty time, fast outfield, 4 runs.
Thank you, Richie. Good afternoon all. And a fine shot from Captain Vessels, and that's what Australia needs. Plenty of boundaries, plenty of aggression, hard running between the wickets, and it is all happening at the MCG. Bowled him, Captain Vessels tiring, coming down the wicket with a great Vivian Richards. And the mighty batsman strikes a big blow for the West Indian side.
And what a day it's been for Big Richards. A magnificent century, and then getting the vital wicket. Out for a useful 60, and Australia now 3 for 119.
David Hooks hasn't got the hiccups, he's full of muscle. And the 3 batsmen there, Border running for Hooks. Confusion reigns, the umpires sort out the situation, and that's a severe blow to Australia's hopes.
Holding to Hughes.
That's a fine shot from Kim Hughes, giving himself a bit of room. And a much-needed boundary. Safely lofted away. Oh, and a bad piece of fielding at mid-on has allowed a boundary through there for Kim Hughes. And Viv Richards is not impressed at all. Lofted away, Gus Slogie, and he is a very safe fielder. Slogie, quick mover, judged that beautifully, got underneath it very quickly. And a safe pair of hands.
Hooks was obviously hampered by the fact he couldn't use his feet to get to the pit deep mid wicket. Australia now slumped to 4 for 146.
That's a fine shot from Kim Hughes. Ball is running right at the stumps. He's managed to square drive it away to the boundary.
Down the wicket he goes, over the top, and he's gone. Oh, he's gone.
Well, Houston got hit that. They're going for the second. It looked as if it was a very quickly.
He's bowled him. Clean bowled. Wayne Daniel producing the Yorker again, and really it was only a question of time. Kim Hughes backing away a long way there. That ball right up in the block hole. And Kim Hughes out for a very, very well played 71.
5 for 186.
Oh, he's hit that one. That's a beautiful shot. Lovely shot straight over the top of mid-off. They've been trying to do that for a while. 6s and a couple of 4s in an over. Relieve the pressure a little. This is Wayne Daniel's last ball. 1 for 38, his figures. And that's in the air and caught by Gomes. Well taken too. That ball was swinging away from him. Gomes moving to his right, making the catch. And Steve Smith is out.
Good catch that. It was certainly going away from Larry Newell, the bowler. 6 for 203.
Good shot. Gabriel slow, and that's racing out to the boundary. That's 4. Just what the doctor ordered, the big crowd, not one person leaving this Melbourne cricket ground. Great shot. That could be 4. Wayne Daniels is not all that quick. He misses it, and it's 4 more. The pressure starting to show on the West Indians. Well played, Wayne Phillips. 11 runs conceded so far this over. 10 off the bat and a wide. And Wayne Phillips from South Australia coming in after being 12th man, playing beautifully in these final overs. They've had a great day's entertainment. January the 22nd, 1984, a record gate. Holding. Rawson's out, he gets inside edge and he bowls in, and 86,000 disappointed fans roar their disapproval. Fortunate for Rawson, trying to hit down the ground and relieve Clive Lloyd.
Takes a lot of the pressure.
Side off stump, and it disappointed Jeff Lawson. Tremendous effort by him today with the ball, but he couldn't carry that effort forward with the bat. So he's out without scoring, and Australia now 7 wickets down for 216.
Got him, knocked him over, straight as a die, Malcolm Marshall. John Maguire departs, bowled as clean as a whistle.
And a perfect way to bowl to the tail ends. Malcolm Marshall keeping the ball up. Marshall striking, John Maguire out for 3, and Australia 8 for 223, still 30 runs behind.
Rackeman's gone. A gentle medium pacer from Michael Holding. Too good for Carl Rackeman. He departs clean bowled.
Deflection off the pad, as was involved with the previous dismissal. A straight out bowled for Carl Rackeman. And another Australian batsman out without scoring.
Well, the pressure always on the Australian batsman. 27 runs for victory. 2 balls remaining. Holding to Hogg. Bowled in, well stuff. Clean as a whistle, and Australia all out for 226.
Of the Australian innings, 226 they made. They didn't quite last out the full 50 overs, but that last over was of no consequence anyway. Top score figures for the West Indies: Holding 3, Daniel 2, Baptiste 2, Marshall 1 and Richards 2 shared the wickets. And Malcolm Marshall today, man of the match, player of the match, was Vivian Richards for that marvellous innings where he hit 106 in 95 to enjoy throughout the 6.5 hours. The bowler is coming into bowler Smith, who's on 1, and your commentator is Ian Chappell. With him is Keith Stackpole.
It's a fine shot from Steve Smith. Imran is fielding wide at mid-on, and Steve Smith taking the opportunity to hit straight down the ground and bring up the first boundary of the innings. It's in the air, but wide of Kadir in the gully, and beats Jarvid across the boundary road. It's in the air and straight to Kazim, who has taken the catch both at the first and second grab. So Kepler Vessels falling to the bowling of Tahi in the catch.
Tahi, who hasn't started the day off very well, but who strikes the first blow for Pakistan with a short pitch delivery, one that wasn't quite up there. Kepler Vessels looking for the drive. Not a great deal of movement of foot, but a good catch by Kazim out in the covers. And an elated Kazim. And good breakthrough too for Pakistan, because 1 for 17.
Fine shot. In mid-off. 4 runs. Glorious cover drive. Well bowled, a fine shot. This time it's straighter. Smith in fine touch. First the cover drive and then the straight off. Pulls it, that's 4 more. Beautifully played while the fieldsmen are up during the first 15 overs. 13 off the overs after 8 overs Australia, 1 for 36.
Abdul Qadir to Richie.
Oh, what a good shot. That one murdered. That almost took Qadir's head off. Smashed straight down the ground for 4.
Well, it was I don't know whether it's a good shot or not. Runs down the barrel at the moment. Fine shot. Mosenor misfields. Gives away 4 runs. 7 runs off the over. The run rate ticks over. 1 for 76.
Imran, the man with the problems, he's got to do something about this. Shot off the back foot. That's a magnificent shot. Steve Smith was back waiting on that. Richie's the man on strike.
That brings a great deal of joy to any old leg spinner sitting in a commentary box, I can tell you. It's a beautiful piece of deception. Abdul Qadir. He's pitched it round about Midland leg and drawn Greg Ritchie down
In the 30s for 31, Australia 2 for 85.
Steve Smith around his legs there, behind his pads, but beautifully struck away by the young man.
Kim Hughes, who's on strike to Kadir. He's on 3. 2 for 93 after 19 overs.
But that spun a mile. Kim Hughes wasn't quite sure where that had gone. In fact, it went... Oh, beautiful bogey. Well, there's a turning pitch out there, and Imran Khan has put his faith in Abdul Qadir. The wicket-keeper's not picking which way they're spinning, and neither is the batsman.
And I can remember Kadir wrapping up Kim Hughes in similar fashion in the fall of 2 quick wickets, and Australia now 3 for 97.
That's a good shot from Border, picking the gap beautifully and off the mark with a boundary.
Just what the doctor ordered for Alan Border.
Good shot from Steve Smith, picking the gap beautifully, and 8 runs coming up in that over as Australia move to 113. Oh, and he's got him again. Border out in that fashion against the West Indies, attempting to pull the shortest delivery. On this occasion, it's Madassa who has picked up the vital wicket.
Cricket is a form game, and Alan Border sudden, and it's 4 for 122. 8 boundaries, only 82 deliveries. He hasn't got a strike of late.
He likes to sweep, and that's the second time that he's swept very fine. And he picks up his 9th boundary.
4.33. Good shot. Beautiful stroke from Smith. He was very quickly onto that.
It's well fielded, and that could be trouble. Yes, Wayne Phillips on his way there. Some good fielding from Kazim. Wayne Phillips backing up very quickly. And Kazim now with a catch.
Bowler to watch the decision. A good piece of fielding by Kazim, summing up the situation, underarming it, and Wayne Phillips out by several metres. He didn't even really look across to umpire Dick French, but at the end of a very good partnership between Phillips and Steve Smith. And Phillips out for 25, and Australia now 5 for 186.
Steve Smith just a boundary away from a century, and a very good century it would be too. Rodney Marsh is on 1. 43 overs gone for 188. And Rodney Marsh likes facing leg spinners. It's high in the air and safely away past backward point. Not quite where he wanted it to go, but it brings up a boundary.
And Steve Smith's taking strike.
And that's a fine shot from Steve Smith to bring up his 100. Beautifully timed and placed away through the gap. And that's his second international limited over century. Got one against New Zealand in the second final last year at the MCG, and now one here at his home ground.
And in front of his home crowd, 100 runs in only 178 minutes off 126 balls, and that's a tremendous strike rate for an opening batsman.
Smith goes high over mid-off. Javed has just been brought up from there. And that brings up his 12th boundary. Rodney Marsh picking the gap beautifully out there. Mid-wicket and beating Mosen to the boundary. That's nicely placed by Marsh. Beating Qadir across the boundary rope.
5 boundaries in the last 2 overs, and that's causing Imran Khan a lot of concern.
Got that, there's a man down there, Kadiri's under it, and he's caught it. Well judged, that went like a bullet. Nabil Kadir having a fine day, 2 wickets and picking up a very well judged catch, and Steve Smith leaves to a standing ovation from the big crowd here at the Sydney Cricket Ground.
Well, that was the first and only ball that hit that bat that he just changed. It seemed to hit right in the middle of the bat too, and way down there to deep it on. A good catch because it was hit firmly, hit flat as well. Disappears off the ground. Australia 6 for 216. Marsh has scored 20 of 17 balls, so he's over 100 at the moment.
It's up in the air. The wicketkeeper's called for it, it's high, and Marsh is out. A very good wicket for Pakistan. Marsh was a danger man, didn't get hold of that one at all. And Ashraf come in and took a comfortable catch. Words being said.
He really gave the umpire down that end a bit of a blast. I'm not sure that was called for. 7 for 221.
Kadir to John Maguire.
It's in the air, finds a gap. That's a big hit. 4 runs. Well, John Maguire picked that up beautifully. Gone, beautifully bowled and well stumped. The leg spinner with a bit of fight. Rawson coming down to him, and Ashraf does the rest. Fine piece of leg spin bowling.
Yes, certainly got him absolutely stranded. The ball spinning past the bat there. Nicely taken too by Ashraf. The bail off. And that's his 3rd wicket for only 2. And Australia 8 for 234.
Well struck. There's a man down there. Madassa is coming in. He falls short, knocks it away. They'll get a bonus run. 2 runs to Rodney Hogg. This big crowd at the Sydney Cricket Ground have warmed to Steve Smith today.
He hit it out the ground. A straight 6 is what the crowd would love.
Well, it's all happening, but not runs. And that's it. Australia after 50 overs, 8 for 244. Hogg not out 8. Maguire not out 7. And a good performance in the end by Pakistan, because at one stage they were looking 270 to 330 runs down the drain.
Well, I thought that was one of Australia's. 106 to Steve Smith in 129 balls faced. Greg Ritchie 31, Phillips 25, and Marsh a hard-hitting 20 off 18 deliveries. And the Pakistan bowling figures: the outstanding bowler Abdul Qadir 3 for 42 in 9 overs. Why he didn't bowl the 10th, I'm not quite sure. A single wicket to Rashid Khan and Madassa, and 2. Lawson is the bowler to Madassa, and your commentators Tony Greig and Keith Stackpole.
Oh, and a bit of a mix-up. This could be a run-out. Martin got it down. Madassa out, run-out. What a break for the Australians. Madassa set off. Seemed to get sent back by Mosen. They both ended up in the middle. And Phillips whipped it over the top. Marsh took the bails off, and a big breakthrough for the Australians.
And what in recent weeks, but on this occasion, was a great save by Wayne Phillips that caused the mess up in the middle of the wicket and a simple run out for Rodney Marsh. And what catastrophe for Mohsin Khan.
Bowled in. Beautiful bowling by Jeff Lawson. Nipping through the defences there of Mohsin Khan, and he was comprehensively bowled.
Losing 2 quick wickets and Mohsin Khan out for 1, and enormous pressure on the Pakistan team.
In the air, but just past Wayne Phillips. And the first boundary comes up in the Pakistan innings. They move along to 9.
The 10 overs are really struggling. 2 for 11. Australia away to a very good start today. 1 for 47.
It's a good shot from Javed. timed it pretty well. John Maguire won't cut it off, so a second boundary coming to Jarvid, both of them in that backward square leg area.
Very strong onside.
Maguire will have to move pretty quickly to cut that off. He can't. 2 boundaries coming in that over as Pakistan start to progress. 2 for 20.
6 runs off only 26 deliveries.
And finally, Jarvid picks a hole in the cover field, and it beats Steve Smith into the boundary. 3 boundaries now for Jarvid. It's 2 for 25.
Nice shot. Reckerman's got a job again there. Oh, well, he's okay, actually. I thought for one moment he was going to grab the ball when he had his feet over the line, but he was all right. It's brilliantly fielded.
Well, has he got the ball? Are his feet outside the line as he touches that ball? We might have to have another look at it. Well, I don't know, Rich. Not sure what it is, though.
Oh, well caught, Rodney Marsh, in his bad hand as well. That finger kept him out of an international for the first time at the weekend, and he took a great catch there with that ball thumping into the bad area of his right hand. Caught Marsh, bowled Maguire, and John Maguire.
Big wicket for Australia. Javed Miandad is a very dangerous batsman. He's out for 26, and Pakistan now 3 down for 45.
Oh, he's done it again. A superb catch by Rodney Marsh, again away to that right-hand side. That was a lovely catch.
Qasim Omar, accompanied by Daddles Ardak. Back to the Pakistani dressing room. Pakistan 4 for 46, need 199 to win.
That's a fine shot from Imran. And it's going to beat Alan Border across the boundary line. And the way that one's come off the bat, he may change his mind about Khan. Once again, Vessels going outside leg stump, and that proves a bit expensive. Good over there for Pakistan. They're 4 for 66. Wasim Raja using his feet and lofting into the gap, and over the boundary rope it goes, and that's exactly what Pakistan need.
Well, Pakistan have calculated,
Requiring 245 for victory. And Wasim Raja is going right after victory. And this is
Raja taking strike. Beautifully done. Vessels strikes again. Hughes reckons he's got an all-rounder there. Vessels reckons so too. And Wasim Raja is the disappointed batsman.
Fine piece of work by Rodney Marsh, going for the 6 down the ground. And it's 5 for 103.
Ijaz Faqih is the new batsman. He ran out, bit of exercise. Or either that, he was keen to get it. Well done. What a beautiful piece of cricket. Imran goes. Not such a beautiful piece of cricket from Ijaz and Imran, but a great piece of out cricket by the Australians once again.
Started bad luck for Imran. He come in at number 3, battled hard. It was a very dicey run from the start. The throw was spot on. It wouldn't have mattered. He could have gloved it as well, and he was out. And that's the end of Imran as umpire. Ray Ishwood gets the finger up, and it's 6 for 103.
Rodney Hogg comes in now. Tahir Nakash is taking strike. He's gone. Tahir Nakash goes. Ijaz stands at the other end and looks very gloomy. And the crowd is up on its collective feet.
Well, they've had a very good day here, the big crowd at the Sydney Cricket Ground. There's been a few of them today. Tahir bowled Hogg without scoring, 7 for 104.
That one nicked away down towards the third man boundary. Very fine. They'll get 4 for that. Ijaz not bothering to run, and Pakistan 7 for 116. Didn't look to me as if Rod Marsh had picked that up. He decided very differently not to use his right hand, and I think the shake of the head there would have suggested that he lost it. Oh, and that's taken. He's gone. Kadir out, caught by Rodney Marsh. Hogg the bowler. And the Pakistanis go deeper into trouble.
And what a night it's been for Rodney Marsh. 3 catches, languishing at 8 for 120.
Oh, good shot. Nicely played. That's going down into the gap, and Rackerman's got no way in the world of cutting that off. For 129, Rodney Hogg bowling his last over. And he's bowled him. Well, he really has beaten them all for pace. That's 4 for 34, his figures. Top bowling by Rodney Hogg.
And a great fourth victim. So Ijaz out for 14, bowled Hogg, and Pakistan on the brink of defeat, 9 for 129.
Alan Border, and he's bowling to Rashid Khan.
Full pitch, he swung it over the mid-wicket fence, and that's a big 6. Rashid whipping it into the Barongal stand. A little bit of joy for Pakistan into the over, 9 for 143. Alan Border wraps up the tail, bowling Rashid. Full pitch delivery, all over for Pakistan, all out for 157. They lost by 87 tonight, and a real confidence builder for the Australian team. Who's won the toss today, and they've been informed right from the very first over. They'll walk from this ground feeling now that they're back in with a chance of beating the West Indies at the weekend in Adelaide, and the big crowd here today.
And once again, Australia acquitting themselves very well against Pakistan. Kim Hughes not looking very happy there as he leads Australia off, but I'm sure inside.
Pakistan. Top score there of Imran coming in at number 3 and making 41, and Wasim Raja brought back to the side 32. The outstanding bowling figures for Australia, 4 for 37 from Rodney Hogg. Player of the match was Steve Smith, and he thoroughly deserved it for that 106. The points table, the Benson Hedges World Series Cup points table, West Indies are 10, Australia 7, and Pakistan still on 3, and West Indies have a game in hand.